Good morning, it's Chris and
Tom.
So we're on our adventure today.
I'm driver Tom.
He's driver Tom. When Jack's with me, Jack cannot drive. He does not have a license, nothing. I have to drive and I have to film it while I'm driving. So, but when I have Tom with me, he's my driver. And then I can complain the whole time because he sucks at driving. Anyways, we're taking the back way up today because it's easier to get to my sister and brother's grave the back way. Well, we could take 57 right from 27.
Yeah.
It's Green Tom.
I know.
Green Tom likes to stop at Green. That is one of the best pizzas. There's Main Street Pizza. But this is an old town Fowler. There's the Beckers here, the Becks. I'm trying to think of the other names. I told Tom I'd never live here because it's cliquey. So I would never live here.
This is Eagles country.
But this is a really nice little town. But we're going to do a little weird today. We're going to go do my sister and my brother. My brother is not there. My brother is scattered on my nephew's land, which used to be my brother's land. And, but I am going to be paying respect, and I'll put a flower and a flag on my brother's grave today and my sister's. Then we're going to backtrack, I don't know how many miles, because I've never been to this Burke Cemetery. And we're going to go see if we can find my great-grandparents. But you guys, I got to tell you something, and I went to bed and I was so excited one night, Tom. Like, I was clicking on things. I found out my great-grandma died of skin cancer. Because I keep trying to find all these people, these women that could possibly have lived longer than 66 because, I'm 58, that's not very far out. And that grandma died at 59, 8 months and 12 days or something. So anyways, boy, they're building a ton of new houses. But anyways, so I did find some that they were actually in their late 70s and 80s before they died that are females in my grandma's side of the family. We also found a picture, and I said, oh my gosh, I have her nose. It was like a great aunt, right? And then I said, I definitely look like the Bargers. But you guys, like, I've been bummed since my brother died. And, like, coming up here to stay or to live has just been truthfully bumming me out because he's not here. And it bothers me. But, last night, I told Tom, I said, I got to finish my cookbook so that I can get this done. But you guys, in Burke Cemetery, I have a lot of Bargers. That's my grandma's side. And then there's another graveyard where my grandma spawn is. It says Courier on her thing because she married again. But come to find out, I have a lot of family in that graveyard too. So I told Tom, I says, I know they're not alive, but technically I would be surrounded by family. And then he joked around, he goes, well, they could come see you. And I'm like, no. That was not funny.
Come visit you once in a while.
So I'm going to work really hard on my cookbook to get it done. And so we can do some adventuring and actually see. Because the one graveyard is Spencer, okay? And my dad's side of the family is in there too. And then I found out that I did have family from the South. They were in Missouri, and that 3 of my grandma's siblings were actually born in Arkansas. So maybe that's why I have a thing for the South.
Why you go around barefoot all the time?
I got hillbilly in me. That's good. There's explanation for it now.
Yeah.
But, so through doing this, I mean, I've done it, but I just inserted names. But now they add pictures and everything else, so it makes it a lot more real. And you can see somebody, like I found out that one of my great-grandpa's sons were Erastus. And I showed that to Bobby because, AJ's real name is Augustus. And I go, see? We had different names back then too, so that was pretty cool. And I seen a picture of him. He was really handsome. So, yeah, you guys can probably go on this adventure. I don't know if I'll be able to do past my grandma's this year because, well, we found a lot of family on there last night, didn't we?
Yeah.
But I need to get my cookbook done. So, I thought I'd bring you through here because this is not a way that normally I would video. Because, like, Tom's like, I don't even know exits to take. He's been riding this for 14 years. You would think you'd get it by now, right? Look at Tom's got his new hearing aids in. He's getting used to them. So maybe I won't have to yell at him. Sometimes when we raise our voice to Tom, it isn't because we're being mean. He really has bad hearing after being in the trade for all those years. Look at all that hay. They're first cutting. I'm telling you, this is where I feel more at ease. The farther I go, the more it's like home. And it makes sense that I'm not a city girl. I mean, it's city girl homestead, but left at the stop sign. But, you know, the more I'm finding out, all of my family were farmers. So I come by loving the earth more than one reason, because it was my whole family. And on my dad's side, too, most of them were dairy farmers. So, you know, I guess, yep, left. My roots are farm country. Don't go yet.
Nope.
There's a bunch of moo-moos. Where's Emmy when we need him? This is what we do. There's a car coming this way, too. We almost, wait.
Car there.
We almost hit a deer earlier. Not almost, but I'm like, Tom.
Already seen her.
But when we have Emmy in the car, Emmy loves cows. And so we'll go, moo. And Emmy goes, moo, moo.
He's always going moo.
So when I see cows and we don't have Emmy, it's kind of sad. But anyways, I've taken up too much time. There's the moo-moos. Now see, they haven't gotten all those stupid windmills and I regress. Those windmills, they haven't gotten them over here. But if you look way far over there, over to 57, they have those amazing windmills. I regress.
It's amazing.
Yeah. Look at all the cows, you guys. Moo-moo's getting milked. I'm telling you. You know, I know the other day some people thought it got a bit religious or whatever, but you guys, look what's been made for us, honestly. It's so beautiful. We'll be back. So now we're coming to where, see, you can see all the windmills. Yeah. Doesn't make me want to move up here. Now they're doing all those solar fields too. Just, I guess I don't understand. We're supposed to be making our planet more sustainable. Oh, there's a bunch of bees. But we're taking out precious farmland, and here in Michigan we're taking out so many trees to put in all that solar. It just, I guess maybe I just don't understand it, but
No, they'll swallow.
yep. Look at all of them. It's just crazy. And the thing is, they're not even recyclable. So then they're going to go into our earth and never break down. It doesn't make any sense. For those of you that believe in the solar panels, sorry. Or the solar or the windmills, sorry. But I just see what it's doing to our state, and they're taking out thousands and thousands and thousands of acres of our trees. You got to be able to eat. You got to be able to breathe. Lower costs on your electric ain't going to do any good if you can't eat or breathe.
Nope.
But you can see them for miles. Used to be it just was along, yeah, turn left, along 27. Now it's everywhere up here. It's not gotten over to Vestaburg where I'm from, but it's working that way, it looks like. So Tom is doing my sister. See, she has the old-fashioned just metal thing, so my sister and I went in and got a small one that can go in the ground that has her name. Her name was Deborah Jean. She was born in 61 and died in 61. My brother's just down there. We'll do that next. So I'm really kind of upset. There's no flag on my brother's grave. I know he's not there, but he's a Marine, and actually I had to talk to the other funeral, or the graveyard over in Vestaburg, because my cousin was a merchant Marine, a career merchant Marine, and they've never put a flag on it. So this year, actually, I bought a few little small flags so that I could put them on the proper graves, and if they haven't done Merl's yet, I will call them next year and say, hey, you know, he was military for his whole life. And my brother, he did 4 or 6 years, I don't remember. But that's a picture of him and his late wife. She passed away back in 2011. So now we're going to plug in and try to find the grave of my great-grandparents. You guys, this graveyard is so old that they don't even have the roads mapped out anymore. Look at, it's all grass. Most of the people in here died in the early 1900s. Some in the 1800s. So he's looking for my great-grandpa and grandma. He's having a hard time finding it, but if you look, like, see that one, they died in 1872. And in behind that is a Dickinson, and actually I'm related to them too through my grandma. Yeah. So he's looking really hard. We found quite a few bargers, but not the right ones that we need. Alright, where he is now is actually my dad's mom. She died before I was born too. And we found another barger in here, but we did not find my great-grandparents. So I'm going to have to call up here and ask, how do we find their grave? Because we couldn't find it. Tom searched and searched, we couldn't find it. So there has to be a way to find them in these old cemeteries. Alright, so there's my grandparents. And there's my Uncle Bob, who Bobby's named after. Then I'll introduce you to my family. This is Jesse Barnett. That was, I think, my grandma's nephew. And he married May, but then he actually married Maud. And she ended up moving out to Washington. So that is family too. Alright, so now Tom's doing my cousin Merl. What year does it say he was born?
1903.
Next, that actually is his mom. And my grandpa was born in 1900, and that is his nephew. And he lived his last years at my grandparents' house till they couldn't handle him anymore. And then he passed in 1977. And even after showing them the clip from the newspaper saying he was a merchant marine, everything else, did they put a flag on? No. So guess who's got to call back up here? So we put a small flag there, so he will be noticed this year.
This is the well-kept up cemetery.
So I am so excited, you guys. There was a guy out here, and he was doing the yards, and we got done doing Merle's grave. And I said to Tom, I go, stop that guy that's mowing and see if he knows anything. And he goes, I'm the person you need to talk to. So within the hour, I really want to cry right now, but within the hour, he's going to have a flag stand and a flag there for my cousin Merl. Because he went all over the world, and I didn't think it'd crack me up that much. But anyway, he's going to have a right flag on there today, and that means the world to me, because it just does. And then he told me if I can get a hold of him, send him the paperwork from my uncle, that he will get all the paperwork around and get it put into my name for the grave sites that are going to be me and Tom, and Jack wants to be buried up here next to us too. So yeah, one talk today, huh?
Yeah.
I got a lot done. I don't mean to get teary, you guys, but it's been a long time coming. He's been dead since 1977, and he deserves to have that flag. He said in that graveyard is 809 flags. That's a lot. And
especially as small as Hunter is.
yeah,
That's about 85%.
he asked me what my family name was, and I told him Quarter. And he goes, "You got a lot of family in here." Didn't he, Tom?
Yeah.
He goes, "There's a lot of them in here." And I said, "Yeah, I know." And he goes, "There's a lot up towards the front, and those are my grandpa's brothers that died back in the 1800s. So yeah. But we're just driving through Vestburg. I'm gonna go and see if anybody's at the lake. But today, you guys, that just really, like, I don't mean to get teary or anything, but he's gonna have a flag, and he deserves it. And I am so happy that that guy is gonna do that today. So yeah. Alrighty, we'll come back. Alright, so once in a while I look for property up here, and well, we don't have $40,000 in cash, but they have this over here. It is 1.89 acres for $40,000, and it already has power, and it has the well and septic. Has a nice cement thing there. That'd be a big enough cottage for us.
Yeah.
I don't know what all these buildings were for, but it looks like they've been trying to clean it up a little bit. There's some... Oh, you know what, Tom? I can tell you what sat here.
A barn.
No.
Silo?
A rock house. Look at...
Yeah.
That's what it must have been here, is a rock house. I don't know why my car's beeping at me. Like they see the woods back there or something. So imagine a beautiful camper or something put in here. Ugh. A girl can dream, right? But they'll sell this in no time. It'll be gone in no time. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the well right there.
Yeah, that is the well over there. Ugh. You ever wish sometimes you just had the money go, here you go. This would be perfect.
See, there's some kind of foundation right there.
Yep. I think it used to be a rock house from... Because you look at those rocks over there, I bet you that's what it was. Alrighty, well.
With no basement.
Nice to look at it, but we can't afford it. So. But, girl can dream.
Yeah.
Well, we're back in Lansing. We were going to do a canning video tomorrow morning. We were going to do meatloaf and potatoes. But we went through Ionia, and they're all out of hamburger. So there was no point in stopping and getting potatoes either. So, well, thanks for coming along with us today. Maybe next time I could find my great-grandparents, but we did get some things accomplished today. So, thanks for coming along. We'll see you tonight at supper. You guys have a blessed night, or blessed day. Be a blessing, and goodbye, Tom.
Goodbye, Tom.
We'll see you later for supper.